There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers are giving us here and the parents from there. The work with my life without fear.
I live for healthy.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you? I can't ask you to be benyo. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamo. And yes, I know money. The more I know, and you love me. The more I know,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Vancouver, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world. Folks, good evening, good morning, and better still, good afternoon to all of you. Today is 15. That means we're going 15 days now into the month of May, the 5th month in the year 2026. Time wait for no man, like I always saying here on this show, or the Better State Station, that time wait for no man. So the better that you make good use of the time, the opportunity that I've been giving to you, the life and so forth. You know, when you're given the opportunity to serve, you serve well. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the people will judge you by the kind of leadership you provide, the kind of things that you do for your country, how things go, whether things go well or not. But again, people, help us share the show. The show will be interesting this Friday. This Friday. Sometimes people say Friday is a basic day. Friday is a day that people go out. Friday is a day that people need to out with family members and so forth. But today's Friday, Sktv Friday, for a matter of fact. The show will be interesting. Help us share the show. As we do the sharing of the show, we have the speech, or better say the interview, rather, of our dynamic person and my own deacon, the deacon that I love so dearly to my heart. Yes, indeed, his interview will be played. Also, we'll be discussing that. Yeah, it's not easy though. This is going to be interesting. But again, good evening, good afternoon, happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating birthday also. And hope that all is well with all of you. And welcome back in country on Musa Hassan Bedete of the CMC. Back in country with some kind of a new trending that effective immediately. The CMC is moving into Mangibi. So again, CMC political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, want to say welcome to Liberia. After your stay to the US for a little time, thank God at least that you safely arrived back home, and that's good. But Steve will be here with us, the chairman, the social chairman, the most talked about chairman of our time, will also join us. But Aliu and the rest of the team members will also follow us this evening. Share the show to all of their chat rooms. Tell them that indeed Sktv is on the airwave this evening. Tell them, in fact, tell Manticon to also follow because the show will be interesting. And I know Manticon will be somewhere, maybe having some of the pressure chicken. You know, there are some chewy gun. You know, I can say recall when Alex Ferguson, you know, first time showing that chewing gun, people think that you know, it was just normal, no, but it's a pressure chewing gun, or what we can call chicle here in Liberia. You know, it's a chewing gun that you chew to be able to, you know, to maintain the pressure that will be coming on you back to back. But Steve is here already. Steve, what kind of face cap? You better just let it do that. Man, don't make the people to be looking for us. You always drag in some kind of security thing and stop that. Stop that, my young man. When you dress, the people be thinking that we into some kind of thing. But anyway, man, good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Folks, let's share the show. You don't listen to Milborn. Milborn decided that he will be noisy. He part of the noisy minority. But let's not Milborn backing. You heard about the famous backing from the president of the Republic of Liberia. They call Liberian people the backing. I'm not going to use the word he used. Today we'll have a lot to talk about. But in other news, quickly, we want to in other news, the chairman of the CNC came to America. He never called me. Can you imagine that? Yeah. CMC said that problem. The CMC, yeah, y'all have problem. Y'all have noise. Chairman Musa.
About the political leader of the CMC?
I said the political leader, not the chairman, the political leader.
Thank you.
What in United States of the Americas.
Okay.
Even text message this time, not text me. Yeah. What are they doing? Why are they doing? I'm looking at somebody who's working for Guinea.
Maybe the political club man in region time here.
The only person I know that working for Guinea currently are the president of the Republic of Liberia. But we discuss the issue. I'm not working for Guinea. Why you tell me? That I mean occupy Liberia land. That I mean giving report to Guinea. So let's share the show. So today the show will be hot. Don't even check. That thing what I see you doing, you're passing around. I see you passing around with Joseph Parker talking funny thing. The thing what Jeremiah Kun said, Joseph Parker bring gun down the drain. We analyze the interview you have with France 24. We analyze it on the show today. Too late speaking. We'll discuss it today. But let's share the show in the meantime. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. We're not going to stop saying Happy Mother's Day until if Jesus coming now, until Jesus can come. Those are who waiting for Jesus to come your way. You know, Melbourne, quickly before we get into the politics. I told you I said we got to be drinking record. So I'm back. So Melbourne.
I listen to you.
One big question. I got one big question for your Christian today before we get into politics. And the place not gonna come on. In other news, y'all making want to not be a Mariah. Mariah finally responded.
Oh yes.
Mariah said she still got her Juba. Mariah said she still got her Juba. That's so lala your own. No video, no picture. So don't scan your own. Your president is a liar. I see how you're bunch of liar and losers. So Mariah fired back. And that's exactly how you do it. You don't take no prisoner. That's exactly how you do it. When you're dealing with Unity Party people, that's exactly, you don't hold back on anything. Unity Party does not understand diplomacy. Unity Party does not understand anything such as, let's be cordial, let's be friendly. No, as long as they're not using you, as long as they're not exploiting you, as long as they're not lying to you, as long as you're not part of that mumu gang that they got going on, as long as you're not part of that son of swans thing that they got going on, trust me, they will always want to test you. And when they test you, give it back to them. Don't hold back. United Party people don't understand. Fire by with fire. When you know fire coming to United Party, let it be 10 times worth of fire. I keep saying it to you. Don't play easy with United Party. Don't play diplomacy with United Party because they're a bunch of criminals. They're a bunch of rogues, thieves, liars. And Joseph Boaka is the chief of all of them. So when you ready to deal with them, get everybody. Don't leave nobody behind. United Party is a dangerous group of people. They're a bunch of criminals and rogues and thieves. They are uncouth including the president. He's disrespectful. So when you're dealing with them, don't hold back. Do not hold back when you're dealing with Unity Party. Make sure you fire back to them 10 times what they fire to you. Next time when they rather talk about you or when they rather talk to you, they will lower their voice. They will behave themselves. But let's share the show, folks. I know the show will be hard today. We just won't we start here. But in other news, I say I got one question for you, the Christian people.
Okay.
and they're creating what did you mean? No more. Are you waiting to go to heaven?
Well, for me, if you ask me that kind of question, I come here.
I'm a question.
I haven't read yet. Read that.
Please slow down. Let me ask my question. Please don't interfere with my question. Melbourne, you are a Christian and you waiting to go to heaven? And
ask the question. No. But can you hear me? Do not because
my question. Melbourne, let me finish my question. And you waiting to go to heaven, and in heaven, the streets are paved with gold or whatever it is. Why is it that when your Christian people get sick, why you can be praying God for healing? Why you can pray God so that you can get it can just be far for you to go to heaven? Why? Why you wasting our time? Yeah.
So thank you. Like not too long, I was telling one of my Christian sister, I was telling the person I said, all of the prophets, even including Jesus Christ, they were all doing politics because the only difference with their politics is it's just all about justice. So to say, oh, me, I don't want, I don't want to be involved, I don't want to see myself, politics is just about justice. You can use the politics in a rightful way that people will enjoy it. That means you are falling for certain people that may quote unquote have been made about. Back to your question, for me, my brother, my entire life, I'm not dreaming about heaven because first of all, if you read the Bible, whether you go to heaven, when we die, where we go, we don't know. The only thing is, if I die, let me just be that straightforward person of my life. God can choose where to carry me. If God chooses to say, maybe through your life, you are not 100% with me here and there, go on the other side. Who am I to go be asking God questions and say, carry me so or bring me so? No. But that's a perception, and these were things that were preached to us that even other people are enjoying this life that God made and say, have dominion. Enjoy the fruit of your labor. Enjoy this life. We live in a life fighting for heaven. Heaven that we haven't seen. So for me, my brother, I'm not into the other kind of people who fighting to go heaven. My first heaven around the life. I know I can enjoy all the best of life here. I'm happy. Thank you.
I mean, you won't go heaven, man. Don't waste our time. You won't go heaven. The heaven been in your being. You're wasting our time. What you're doing here? You're waiting. How you be suffering to pay rent on earth when you get horse in heaven with street and go? Then you not gonna go there. What kind of confusing thing is that? But anyway, we'll get to tell you what's going on. A lot of people.
And you said something again. Quickly, 30 seconds. You said something about when people get sick, they go to the hospital, and when people are sick, they make them to pray. They say, "Yeah, believe." Let me tell you, my brother. People don't understand where the physicians are coming.
No, hold on. Don't quote me. You can be praying to recover so that you can die. You can be praying to live. Why are you praying to live when you already got mansion in heaven? Why you won't be on earth suffering? Why you can ask God?
So these are all of the contradictions. These are some of the lessons that maybe that may not been taught, or maybe our people they don't have any clue. They can always be saying. So to that, but let me be frank. These are some of the things that some of us sometimes when we sit back, we keep thinking about how people are playing on the minds of people. When the pastor is sick, he goes straight to the hospital for treatment, for this and that. He travel back to get healed. But when the member is sick, instead of the pastor contributing for the member to get healed, he's saying that the member should go out there and pray, and God will send healing. God will do that, you will get healed. We know that Jesus name that every time people keep using, even the Jesus Christ himself, we're feeding people, we're giving people things. But at the end of the day, we keep wrongly, all these things are just been manipulated. The same way where our country, our politics, our system, everything have been manipulated, that how the religion too have been manipulated. People come in to get something. We're in this world right now. If I put us in a video about the richest pastors. Almost all of the African pastors, they get money. So you all get money. You're keeping the money for your people to be suffering. They're not going to give up people out there that you get money. But you're keeping the money and your members are struggling, dying from sickness or from things that can even be killed. But you're telling them that they should go to church, they should go and pray to work on God. So the physician, that word physician, or the kind of thing that people usually use before Steve, like for example, when maybe snake bit you or so forth, that they use to put leaf there and all this thing. All of our pastors, these so-called, I don't know, what kind of pastor then, they turn all of these things to be witch. They turn these things to be witch against our own people. So even if you have snake bit, you die with it because they will tell you that you should continue to be praying so that God can come and heal you. But I mean, someone will graduate from this thing to admit me, I graduate from that one ever since. So
Milbon, I can tell you this for a fact. And that's why some of our people don't like to hear. Some of us, we are here to say the truth. We were there, we heard it, we saw it, we know it's all joke. That's social scam. Your pastor, he got a personal data he can go to. Let me tell you today. When something happens and able to fly out of the country, your pastor can fly out of the country to go get his head treated. Leave all that scam and passing around with. Leave that scam. Leave that scam. Let me say this to you today. If you're in a church where the pastor get BB card and other thing or whatever, you need to ask the pastor to use that card to be transporting memo then to come to church on Sunday or to go to church activity. Don't pay car pay to go to church again. So the pastor left better than your left. He's supposed to be riding Google car with AC while you walking, or you say now motorbike to go to a church. You really serious with you? If your pastor is serious, man, that pastor with you, let him catch the test it too. Let him get on motorbike. Your pastor left now better than you. Your pastor right now. So your pastor, when you call him right now, what kind of blood come under that orange? And I see red blood. Tell your pastor, say, turn that, you open your eye and you shine your eyeball in the church. In fact, it should be clear now. If your pastor now working, your pastor does not have a job, you need to make sure your protest in the church. Let the pastor go get a job. The church should not be paying the pastor nothing. Let the pastor go get a job. If that God call him, then I mean when he get to heaven or wherever he going, God will reward him there. On earth here, he need to go get a job. The church should not use the money again to pay him. You see, when we thought 18 years old, you can get there. But a common sense issue then here. Look, this cycle of manipulation, because I will keep saying it, that the same mindset that is used for in the church, they bring in politics, where they brainwash you, where you become a sycophant. You get to the point where in your brain is so washed to the point where you can't even see past reality. Even common sense thing that you're supposed to address like an adult and say, you know what, that one here don't make any sense. The other one here not making any sense. You can't think past that. So it's time now for you to be, I'm saying it to you, it's time now for you to be in the church. You know, one of the policies the government implementing, I just hope they don't target people, but they should implement it seriously, is the making of noise in Liberia. The country too noisy. It's time for you to tone down the noise. When you get plenty of noise somewhere, nothing straight can go on. So that means nobody waking up 2, 3 in the morning, beating people here and waste time. You cut that nonsense off. Let other people go rest their brain. People are supposed to sleep and wake up in the morning feeling healthy and rested. That's what people are supposed to do in a civilized society, in a society that want to move forward. And that bunch of people, they're making noise all night. They're making nothing noise. It's time for you to get to work. It's time for you to be realistic. Let me tell you today, I don't care how many churches you open. I don't care how many revivals or how many retreats or how many prayer offer. Labrona going nowhere. Let me say it today again. You want get there with me. You want insult me. You want attack me. I'm saying it again. Let me repeat myself. I don't care how much prayer you offer in that country. I don't care what kind of speaking in tongue, what kind of men of God you can bring. Hey, your brother, other crook, a few days, Suleiman or whatever it is from Nigeria. Hey, your brother, other crook. You're going to take a bunch of from a corrupt country Nigeria in Liberia. Hey, you really feel about you? If Kromane could mention in chief for 2 in the country, Why are they not praying for the corrupt government in Nigeria to be stable? All of them are social crooks, social corrupt people. You bring them to Labrador and see you're calling them daddy. Some of you buying down to need a daddy and you buying down. What time you not bow down to your husband or your boyfriend? You can do that. Your pa who born you never bow down to him before to greet your pa.
But it makes a witchcraft now. So how you bow down to other witchcraft?
Your pass around your sack. Pass around your circum to those losers there, those crooks who are manipulating you, and you're bringing to Labrador and you're saying, oh, and that's the funny part. Every time they come to Labrador, everybody other one what God does not exist. That other crook that passing around when you see that homeboy. We're talking you're getting vet because they now bring watch. That means we got 2, 3 in the morning and be yelling on Facebook, talking about praying. The hell? I so do that. So that means when I be on YouTube and making fool out of myself saying I pray. I saw be part of that foolish gang that you got going on. So I'm saying that on the show.
Which one they go, Steve? Let me interrupt you. Which one of the God are they praying to? Is the God because if you are praying to the living God, then I mean you are telling us that maybe our God can hear. For me,
they pray to God.
Because if we are praying to the living God, I know that can hear. Even when you drop, even pin, you know already. Then you're telling me that I should be shouting, I should be talking, everything coming on like that's the only time I go. For what reason? Satan, even Jesus Christ said that in the book of Matthew. That even you can even tell the mountain for you, it's a mountain, move for you, go so it will go. Just by because of the kind of more grace, the kind of more power you carry in you by God. Just little more coming from out of you. Or against him. Yeah.
Milbo, let's start wasting your time. No telling Mandy to move, Mandy move right anyway. That you put Mandy never telling Mandy to move.
Nobody. I'm saying, excuse me. Steve, what I'm saying, that one at least if it's in the book, it's far better than even to manipulate and to make you look at. Let me just tell you, most of the people that you see now and then into the religious era or the churches or how you may call that people that quote unquote they think that they are fighting poverty. And the only way to fight poverty is to go to the church. And another group of people are people that are already frustrated with life. They're thinking that maybe the only way that maybe their life can get better with them is to get closer to God. After some of them,
in fact, let me say this to you, Mabon. In fact, go check the record today. All the poor people, they are in church. And the reason you are poor is because you are stupid. You're not poor because you lazy. You're poor because you're stupid. You're a last son.
Exactly. You're not poor.
To pray on you as a groom man, as a groom woman, to tell you, say, when you have to pay taxes to the government, then you can't position me and say, oh, you need to pay tax. The only way God will bless you. You mad? You really, really mad for you? You mad? You mad? And you so tell me that I don't pay tax before God can bless me? You understand yourself? You really, really understand yourself for you? It's a different thing if you educate me and say, listen, you need to pay tax because it's a responsibility so that we can be able to take care of the church or the work of the church to keep the light on, to pay the bills or whatever it is so the people can worship. That is understandable. That's rational. But you tell me, Sama, you know why we pay taxes? We pay taxes to the government.
They have envelope.
Listen, we pay taxes to the government so that the government can be able to provide or meet our basic needs and provide services for us. That's why you pay taxes. That is the major reason. So when your roads are spoiled, the government can be able to fix the road so that they can be able to sustain and maintain other social activity and other things going on to be able to pay for it. That's what the system of taxes for. Not for you to tell me to pay tax so God can bless me. When was the last time I checked? What you mean? Elon Musk is not a Christian. How come he's the richest man on earth? So what the hell? Elon Musk, I'm paying tax. So that thing that I scam, you'll wake up. You'll wake up to reality. Whether you in church or you in mosque, anybody that want to pray on you using religion, it's time for you to wake up. All your pastors there, most of them, let me say it to the most of the Labradorian pastors in Labrador, they either part of some kind of society, some of them are girlfriend or wife to their friend man there.
But
some of them funny thing where they are
politicians.
That's real.
They are any politicians, or either they are worshiping politicians.
The Jesus I have behind, I know Jesus oppose according to the Bible. You don't know Jesus oppose politician. I see your praising politician. You know Jesus oppose politician. The other confused ones say I confuse myself. Jerry Numa. Now all of you bring what bunch of idiots. You ain't ready. By the way, Masale, welcome to the show.
Yeah, yeah, Chairman. Good afternoon. You know, I was following the show. Yes, and you just said something when it comes to paying offering or whatsoever. Yes, like for example, we just went to the mosque and they say, "Oh, the water bill, gas, and electric." And this I think at least everybody contribute towards the gas and electric or water bill in the mosque. So I think the churches they have to be doing this thinking instead of telling people that when you not give tithe, you not do this, you can't go to heaven. And all of these things, like neighbor, the last time you posted the richest pastor in the world, and I saw this thing in Nigeria. The Nigerian pastors, if the government do something, those people they causing more poverty and hardship in our country than the government. Like there's something they say what God does not do does not exist. I still finding it difficult to understand what they mean about that. Yes, God doesn't see stealing exist. God doesn't fornication exist. God doesn't commit adultery exist. All of these things. So I really want somebody to make me to understand this thing about what God does not do does not exist. I understand it.
Mr. Masaleo, before we switch to the politics of the day, because today we're going to talk about why the Supreme Court does not want to address the Yeke case. We're also going to listen to Jose Yuma Boakai confusing himself, and we're going to tell you exactly what's going on. Before we get to that, Mr. Masaleo, you know, when I was studying religions, I studied the Muslim religion as well. And you guys have, you term it as 5 pillars, I think 5 pillars of rights, if I can remember, such as you got to pray a certain time, you got to ensure that you are contributing or paying your time, offering. That's why you see the Muslim people don't make flyer, or they don't get one imam and call people or and say when you know get the other envelope, do the other one. They don't do that because people they teach them. Like you just said, here's my question to you, Mr. Masale. I mean, these things that are taught in the mosque, like you just said, that people should be responsible to pay the tithes and the offerings so that they can upkeep the church. Do they say for God to bless you?
No, we don't say that. You don't have to pay tithe in the mosque, or you don't have to give offering for God to bless you. Like we say zakat. Okay, this is something that we do in the mosque, and we only get it there if it's in a problem, and then that money will be used to help Steve. Aliyu is in the problem, Mabel is in the problem, and to run activities of the mosque. But it is not to say, oh, you pay you will not go to heaven. When you do this, God is not going to bless you. No. So sometimes when there is emergency, for example, Aliyu need to undergo surgery, they need to help you with 5,000 or 10,000. Immediately they will do contribution whatsoever the bank having there in the cupboard. They will be able to add it there to help me to go and do my surgery. Yeah. So this money is kept there for upkeeping of the mosque and also to help the members whenever they are stranded and the family cannot afford. But you are not paying it to say when you pay zakat, you can go to heaven. No.
Do they also? I just want to be clear about it. Do they also give it to the imam for him to be having big cars, a family chilling, enjoying, and all the other things?
No, and this is why you will check, you will not see they say, oh yes, this is one of the richest imam in the world, because we are not, if you are working for God, so we are not there to buy you. We are not there to buy you private jet. We are not there to do anything for you. You waiting a sacrifice to serve God. So whether you get car or whether you get car or like your business, when you will ride cycle to come to the mosque, you will ride motorcycle, you say that your business. We get nothing to do to put money together to buy car for imam. No. Serving us.
Digon. They say Bintu says they're not hearing on the radio, so look into that, please. But on the other side, while you're looking into that, Barack Obama said we can walk in 2 guns. You hear what your fellow religious person say. So you in the Christian building collecting money for the pastor.
Yes. So let me respond to that. I think Aliu is 100% correct. Some man said for me, I read the Quran. Now, sometimes when we say this on the radio, people think that it's just about no. I read the book or the Bible, and I read the Quran. If you go back into the Bible also talk about charity. The Bible talk about everything you do at the end of the day, do charity, give back to people. By right, as a man of God, you're not supposed to be rich. Who tell you that if how you manage to get the riches? That means you've been corrupting people. If you are pastor that listening to me tonight, maybe you finish building mansions, you build there from people's sweat. In the name of, oh yeah, I'm working for God. No. You are not working for God, but you are using God to corrupt people. That's what most of you been doing around here today, and what some of you still doing. Look, Steve, it's only in Africa that you can you can see that Christianity is 100% corrupt. Only in Africa, I can tell you for free that people use.
In America.
No, I know, but what I'm saying, Steve, the way we use Christianity here. It's far different from the way you people use it on us. For us here, the way we do, in fact, we even do both. Either we take your material things, we take your money, or in fact, even we take your family. It's bad. Why are we hiding beyond Bible or maybe Christian to be doing the wickedness? And nobody talking. The society, the government, see this thing. So the government, if the religious people were denying correct, then we can ask a question. Now, from this bad job today, we see Reverend heading political party. A Reverend though, becoming political, or in fact becoming politician 100%. And at the same Reverend preaching to people every Sunday. Reverend Luther Tapper. Luther Tapper is a Reverend.
Well, that in Labroya can call him Reverend. Luther Tapper is a crook. He's just a common crook. He's not a Reverend. He's a crook. Luther Tapper is a crook. He's not a Reverend. You see that the problem there when you put the funny men in position of power and you start raining tattoo on it, you just made the whole thing to look funny. That what made the Christianity be like brother looking upside down, looking funny. Like someone at old car, it can break down, we got break down, we got no head, no tail. You're calling Joseph Boaka Deacon. Can you imagine Joseph Boaka Deacon being a sentence?
On the top, I go pick up material. We're following the show where I can.
Joseph Boaka and Deacon so being in sentence. Joseph Boaka and Deacon supposed to be in the same sentence, and you got your Baptist people, and they get no boss over there to remove him from that. The Baptist church, they got no boss. I say it. None of them got any boss to remove Joseph Boaka.
When you read what can happen in the book of Timothy, talk about people. Most of us just go there greedy.
I don't be afraid of greedy. Nobody in the Baptist church in Labura. I don't care if you be the Baptist church in Labura. None of you got boss to remove Joseph Boaka. Joseph Boaka is an immoral, indecent old man. But none of you got a boss to tell him, to say, you know what, you need to step aside from this. You want to do your politics and be acting cookie and be lying? Go do it, that's fine. But what Deacon Tato will take about to go to decent people. You know who them poor, according to your poor. You know what kind of characteristics Paul laid down for deacons to be able to operate on? You know what kind of characteristics? When we say this thing, you get vexed with us. Let me tell you something. And I come on social media to make friends. I don't care. Some of you have met you right on social media where I will leave you. You don't mean anything. You don't add anything to my life. But when it comes to saying the truth, I will say the truth. Whether it's about the Christianity or the way you're operating that country, and that's why the country is what it is. You select a bunch of people who will look, and then you're bringing in the church to Joseph Boaka, so will be Deacon Tanade. And you want to check, and you want to tell me, say, go in that church. I know we're gonna go yourself. I don't know we're gonna go yourself.
And Steve, we will see what are some of the old folks that have been to that church for ever so long as to whether they were even when they gave them the mother tattoo, what are they carrying home? The same mother will be struggling and giving letters up and down. Oh, the maybe mother, please come to my program. So they can be thinking as to what kind of people are we? They've let us serve the church for ever so long. And the church decided to make her mother of the year. That woman should be going with a lot of things, a lot of gifts, and everything that you think about. But she will be writing letter up and down, asking people for help, telling them that you please come to my Mother Day program, the people that be gunning me, you can support. Can you imagine that, Steve? But if
most of your mother in the chair and get small for and
the issue with religion is an organization. So you got to make the organization unique. You got to make it better. You got to make it good for people to come in. Yeah.
You know what? I want you to read this thing so that they can say we're picking on somebody and we don't know what we're talking. 1 Timothy 3. Let's read verses 8. Take your own time. Take your own time. Take your own time. We don't want to rush it. Take your own time. Take your own time so that the Labrador program can listen to this. That's why I say the Baptist church in Labrador got no man there, nobody there get any boss to remove Joseph Parker. So remove Joseph Parker from that position by now. But now as we speak, but no, I don't want to say it. And I stand by what I said. They need to close the Baptist. They're jokers. Go ahead.
So 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 8.
And I Paul and Timothy in there. Okay,
Paul and Timothy. I like that. I like the kind of example it is. It's Paul and Timothy.
Your Paul, what Jesus called? Hold on. Your Paul, what Jesus called on the road to Damascus. And I didn't see Paul yet. The Paul want to say the fly leg in your face. The fly leg.
Searching to Paul.
They teaching to Paul to tell you the whole story. The French book is saying the story that
no, the issue with that. I don't want to go down outside, but
we get that story, man. I told you the Paul has money, man. Let me know you.
So let's move. People open a Bible to 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 8. Likewise, must the deacons be grave, not double-tongued.
Mama, wait, but that thing what you reading in our BB thing and our BP people English, they go to the simple English. Go to new version or go to
you're right.
You're different. My papa then listening. Something. Don't be on something. I beg you. I know you want to protect your back. You want to protect the Baptist church, but please. Can I your scripture?
It's not about Baptist church for me. I don't even come here for only church business. I come for the
tomorrow, we call it the blood, man. We don't worry about you. I don't even worry about you. If we're Chin Labrador, got to start from the church.
Oh, yes.
We're fix the church.
So let's move. Yes, so let's go. So it's 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 8. Outlines the qualifications for deacons in the early church.
They say the thing that's supposed to make somebody to be deacon. That the thing that come to you, my papa,
we can make it.
That ain't there. Why you see no go up to the not conframe you? No one bend elbow, no one get chat and all the phone from the inside. Why do I go read it?
So stating they must be worthy of respect.
The first of all, they said the deacon when my woman listening, they said the deacon should be somebody who is respectable. The people got to be able to respect you. Joseph Baga somebody about respect. And what do we look at you and take? First of all, Macron look at you away and say, "Baby, let's walk around." Oh, anyway, let's go ahead and read.
Sincere, not indulging in much wine.
They said the deacon man get faith. You got call about say that you got call about say Joseph Baga can get chat. You got call about say Joseph Baga can cop one. You can call a shot. So they said, "Your deacon Joseph Baga get chat." But go ahead. They said, "Deacon man get flayed."
And not pursuing dishonest gain.
Yeah. They say your deacon man be dishonest. They man be playing games. Joseph Baga can play game? Yes. Joseph Baga dishonest? Yes. So they said basically deacon man be crook. And on Sktv, we first told you 2000, 2001, 2003. 2019, we first told you we were the very first group of people that called Joseph Boaka smooth crook. You remember? And your king here, you attack us, you curse us, you say, well, we got to call it Papa smooth crook, and we're not traditional people, and God will not bless all, and we die, and another die. As all die there. You know the thing what I do? It too plenty. We call Joseph Boyka. Your Bible here can read and say, Deacon and Madam be crook. Go ahead. What is it again?
It establishes that church servants, like overseers, must have good character.
They say before you be deacon, you must get good character. Joseph Boyka get good character. John we have a Joseph Boyka a liar. Let me say the video there. John we have a Boyka a lie. He ministered in a lie. Let me say it. So everybody knows that Joseph Boyka is a liar. Not only a local liar, but he's also an international liar. And you did it wrong. You still getting a deacon in your check. When we say it, you want kind of say, oh, tradition, culture. I mean, you're being tradition, you see what man people. But anyway, let's leave it there.
And let me just add a quickly before we transition, because some of us we hear to us. So this is not only for the deacon. Some of you who are listening now, go back to the same 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It starts from 1 all the way to 7. There where the end with those of you who want to be reverend, pastor who are cooking people here, and then they say the same thing. Come to you to go there. So they don't know about the deacon. They talk about the pastors. We have a bunch of crooks jumping from political party, jumping how they see visions, how they see this, how the other person will become president. Yeah, all kinds of things. We're doing it, and we allow the people to pass free without us holding them accountable. But every time we call them every day on the politicians, but this same group of people continue to lie to you, but you like them. Well, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, and if you they want other mother from CDC, what did they say?
Oh,
they say any brother from CDC,
wicked people will rule Liberia.
She said, "John, we are coming back." She doesn't see where mother, but anyway, we discuss that one another time. Is that you see vision? She not ready yet. She didn't see the time of beating Georgia, Prema. Yeah, ain't ready in our country. But anyway, let's move on. She see Georgia conceiving the Joseph Boyka. She see that one.
No, let me tell you.
What you show to you? We got one show to you. Your God is a hell of a confused God.
Steve, I tell you today, Steve. There are people who don't want to go back to the strand. Let me just tell you, all can say the medicine people that used to do the medicine. They don't want to go back there, so they feel that they can just use the Christianity to do anything they want to do, because now they're not going to punishing people by the way you used to punish people. Sometimes just do something to you, it's not happening anymore. So all these people that used to be to the strand or to the medicine people, they're not nobody going there anymore. So they're coming in town. You don't know some of you. You better open your eyes. So the medicine people that used to be the bush, they're not coming in town and reading Bible to you. I mean, medicine people can read Bible too. Anyway,
folks, let's get the show. Let's get into the politics. Joseph Boyka, one of the biggest questions that is looming or that is around. Why is it up until today the Supreme Court has now ruled in the Yeke Koluba case? Fast forward, God can do things. God can do things. They seen Bola Benin, nobody put in Joseph Boyka more. In Bola, but they seen Bola Benin. Today we want to break down the Joseph Boyka Bola Benin thing so that it can be to the simplest form so everybody can understand, because Joseph Boyka finished telling us what's going on with the border business. Joseph Boyka told us now. So you're listening. Please listen to Joseph Boyka. Maybe you get a video for Joseph Boyka interview. Because every question that I will ask to Joseph Boyka, we'll stop the video, we listen to him respond, we analyze what he said, what it means, and then we go to the next one. We take our own time today. We're not rushing.
Flagship interview show. Our guest today is the President of Liberia, Joseph Boyka. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for being our guest.
Thanks for inviting me.
Liberia has often been associated with civil war, poverty, and lack of democracy. You were elected. What is your main priority? Is it peace? Is it democracy? Is it bringing foreign investment to Liberia? Or all of the above?
I'm glad you added that. It's all of the above. But I believe for a country that had gone through conflicts, the first and foremost, I believe, was to bring about peace and reconciliation. And then also get the people to understand that we have a nation that we need to build. And so after the peace and reconciliation, we should move to the next area where we change our habits that have become a problem to development, such as corruption, such as maybe the idea of maybe laziness or the don't care attitude about a nation, become patriotic. And that's why we've been working with trying to remold minds of the people toward development, toward moving themselves from where they are to a better life, which is available that we can do, provided we are determined to do so. And I think we can do it.
You spoke about peace, you spoke about reconciliation. You didn't mention
no bon. Oh God. Folks, y'all please go. Y'all please can't see your president. You see how it is different. You know, Jeremiah Kuhn said something that I think we ought to take to be serious. It's just that he, the Jeremiah Kuhn man himself, got no values, no morals. But I think me personally, I will say this on a personal note and on an ethical, just having respect for myself and so forth. I can criticize anybody in public and support you. Once I criticize you in public, you should know that I'm on that level with you. Even if I'm not going to identify with you again, I'd rather be quiet about your business. Jeremiah Kuhn told us that Joseph Boakai brain is gone down the drain. And he even gave an example of his father and Pampers. Yet Jeremiah Kuhn agreed. You see that the first place I know that we have a problem as a nation. And the first place I know that we're not going anywhere. Because we use the name of politics to deceive ourselves, undermine ourselves. I'm talking about the people. Let them talk about ourselves first. We eat our own words. We deceive ourselves. We undermine ourselves. Say what you want to say about me. Say what you want to say about anything I've said in the past or in the present. I stand by it, and I will never undermine myself. No way I can do that. I will never undermine myself as a man. If Jeremiah Kuhn says Joseph Boakai brain is going down the drain, and Jeremiah Kuhn accepts to be vice president for Joseph Boakai, then that means Jeremiah Kuhn himself is a deceptive man. He's not a serious-minded man. That means Jeremiah Kuhn, everything he's doing, he's fake. He's just there to exploit. He's not there to benefit you at all. Everything he's doing is a game. That's the first sign of unseriousness. So they asked Joseph Boakai a serious question. The first thing I noticed from Joseph Boakai when I was watching the video is, first of all, Joseph Boakai is unable to remember his own words, the thing what he wants to say. More than once, in just one question, the words can come out. And to his credit, let me say this. No disrespect. But when you get older, these things happen. It is a natural thing. Let me be honest. It's a natural thing. However, I wouldn't stigmatize all the old people, because there are other old people that are sharp because of the activities that they involve themselves in. They read, they practice different questions, they equip themselves, they prepare themselves, they are acquainted with what's going on around the world, and most importantly, they are honest. So when they speak, they don't have to be looking for words to make it sound good or make it feel good. They know exactly what they're saying. They're saying the truth. They're authentic. In other words, they're real. They don't try to pick political words or, like Donald Trump would say, to try to be politically correct. So Joseph Boakai, first thing I noticed is he's struggling for words here. That is a concern. You on an international network. What it shows to us is we Liberians, first of all, we have a problem right there, that our president cannot articulate. In other words, he can't express himself. openly. It's a problem. They asking questions that I will not pre-plan. Nobody will answer for him now. He's not looking on no paper. That the real answer that he's giving now. Nobody coaching, nobody in your ear. Like the way John Lobo in your ear in Philadelphia, telling him to say social this, social that he was talking to. But that one has a different thing. So, folks, we have a problem here. Second of all, it is shameful for Joseph Boaga to even attempt to address a question of unifying or unity and peace and all of that. When Joseph Boaga, since he took over, has divided Liberia more than Liberia was under the CDC-led government. And I will say again, Joseph Boaga has divided Liberia more than Liberia was under the CDC-led government. Unfortunately, I'm making this comparison with CDC. It is unfortunate, but me, I stand for the truth. Where the truth is that way we're talking. And I'm part of your political team, and I won't be politically correct, and I won't be on the political side, and I won't make the other political person feel good and make the other person feel bad. That's not my goal. My goal is to be truthful. So that today or tomorrow, when I die, somebody will say, somebody used to say the truth all the time. The thing that guy used to say, I never agree with him, I didn't like him, but he used to say the truth. For me, that's the most important thing. And I come here on Facebook to make you feel good. And I can't to taste side with you, or hey, you need to say it a way. You can't say it a way. I will say it the wrong way. I don't care your age. I don't care who you are. I will say it like that. So that being said, Joseph Yuma Boaga should not be speaking about unity. Here, unity should not be in no sentence. I'll give you an example. Joseph Boaga divided the country, first of all, but most recently referring to Liberian people as dogs. Even using an example where you will call Liberian people, whether they are your supporters or not, to even use dogs to illustrate that. You can say, oh, but Winston Churchill say, the other person say, those people, they're own a culture different from our own culture. In our culture, you can compare human being with dog. And you say you're cultural people, and you say you're like culture and tradition. So why is it that we're using dogs to compare human being in our culture? Is it acceptable in our culture? That's the first thing. The second thing is Joseph Boaga has used the House of Representatives, I want to say it again, over and over to go after people. He has used the court to go after people, and it is wrong. It can create division. That is same thing that brought about the tribalism in Liberia, and one group of hunting, one group because Doden decided that they will go after certain people using the military, the courts, and all of that. We're seeing the same thing. So the country is divided as we speak. And sometimes when I'm talking this, I'm from Lofa Kante. I like to be clear. The people from Lofa who are shutting up now and acting like everything is okay because you're a person in power, it's a problem. If anything happens in our country, they will hunt Lofians. They will not say that Bandi Mayor. They will not say that Kisi Mayor. The same way had during the war, they never said. The crown people, they get Kunembo, they get Gobo, they got the other one, and they never said, they say, once they see you cry, you cry. The same thing with the Gio and Mano people, they don't say, oh, that Gio person or that Mano person. They couldn't differentiate. They went after everybody that from that country. I see y'all from Lofa showing your mouth. Couple of you from Lofa attempted to call me, traditionally, your uncle. My uncle is a damn crook. I'm not going to sit on the sideline and talk about that uncle foolishness. I'm not part of that thing. That's what I told y'all from day one, and I stand by what I said, and I stick with it. If my uncle is misbehaving, I will say my uncle is misbehaving. If my pap misbehaving, I will say my pap misbehaving. I'm not part of that your fake thing you got going on. Because today or tomorrow I want to be on the record. If anything should happen, if people going after Lofians, they will have all rights to go after Lofians. Because the scene where had the Gil and the Mano people sat down that time, they said nothing. The Crown people sat down that time, they said nothing. Those was misbehaving. We end up with the Civil War. We are doing the same thing. Until we can get patriotic and love that country. When your fellow man misbehaving, come out and call him out. Say it as it is. That's what we do. That's how you show you love your country. You don't love your country by taking side with a person when they're doing wrong. That's not patriotic. That's not being patriotic. You are a Liberian before you became a Crown person or a Mano person or Gio person or Loma person or Pele person. You are Liberian first. And until we can get to that we all from Lofa will not fall in line because our own person there, then we're moving forward in the country. So we need to do these things. So Joseph Boaga is misbehaving. Unification Day yesterday looks like our Unification Day. When was the last time Joseph Boaga, as the president of the republic, told phone and called his fellow leaders in the country and said, gentlemen, Unification Day, hello, how you doing, or whatever it is. You cut speech from Joe Weah, who gave you power. You know that Joe Weah could have said he not leaving from that place. And what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? That thing what Joseph Baka was talking about, if the country, and the country will do this, the country will burn or whatever, Joseph Baka can run. Joseph Baka able to make country burn. You think that crap your day back in the day, Joseph Baka can strength to move around. Joseph Baka can even walk by himself. And I'm Macron holding your hand, walking around like you say you walking your uncle or your grandpa in a nursing home for them to get strength. When we say these things, you all get vexed. These are reality, and we got to come to terms with these things. This is the way we move the country forward. If your pa do wrong, say my pa is wrong. Your mind is wrong, say my mind is wrong. That's what we do. We don't sit around and be sycophants and praise people when they're doing wrong. Today, United Party people pressing people. They're going after Yege. They went after Fanati Kofa. United Party people are okay with it using the House of Representatives. You don't do that. You don't do that. When we say these things, you think, oh, it's politics, it's all politics. No. Being a political person or being politics does not make you evil. It does not make you stupid. It does not make you vindictive. And it does not mean you should do that. That's not the right thing to do. In fact, the last time I listened to all of the key actors, you listen to this one, that participated in the war, including the interim president, Sawyer. I listened to Sawyer. I listened to Chechipo. I listened to Prince Johnson. I listened to all these guys on TRC, their own confessions. One of the most important things that happened is this. People decided to go after people. That's what resulted into the war. That's it. And this is the same thing we are doing. We sit down, people are going after people. When we try to point it out, then you're turning us as enemy of the state and we're bad people. It's okay for you to support United Party. It's okay for you to support CDC. It's okay for you to support ANC. It's okay for you to support Boaka. It's okay for you to support Cummins. It's okay for you to support Riyadh. There's nothing wrong with it. That's your right to do. But it is not okay that when they're doing wrong, you fall in line and support it and make excuses for it. That's where it is not okay. And this is what we need to fix as a country. I see Republicans in this country. When Donald Trump misbehaved, they call him out. And he's acting like a clown and a fool. That's what people do. It doesn't mean that you are insulting the president. It means that you are telling you are using adjective to describe his behaviors. Joseph Boaka is misbehaving. And we need to tell him. You can't say because he's old man or because he aged, you can't tell him that he's misbehaving. So Joseph Boaka lie. I can tell you he lie. What's supposed to say? He tells story. No, he didn't tell a story. He is lying. But anyway, let's go to the next one.
So to that, Steve, quickly before maybe the news break, you just knew everything.
I mean, y'all carry on news break today again.
And some of the we maybe we may not come on live on the show now, but we may leave you, or maybe we may be talking off the radio. I'm saying. So again, yeah,
we'll wait for you. We'll wait for news break. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you to come back.
So in short, and some of the people, some of the supporters who supporting some of the habits or some of the politicians or the bad guys, they're not benefiting anything, Steve. They are the ones even back in there, they're struggling and they're looking for survival. They are the ones there thinking that the best thing to do because they are emotionally charged. So the best thing they can do is to support that person just because they end up from the same county or maybe from the same tribe. Like for me, I've been here for ever so long. Ask yourself. Ask all of the lawmakers, or better say the senators or whosoever are the officials from Grand Jila. Ask them, what are they under contact or what are they under contact? I don't want their contact. The best thing they can do is to make sure that they play a good impact in the life of our people that in Grand Jila, instead of me calling them, talking, taking things personal, having personal interaction with them. No. But again, that's the life we live. We feel that because we all from the same county, from the same tribe group. So even if that person doing wrong thing, as Steve just said, we don't care because I'm the other tribe. I'm the other tribe. For me, that's why, Steve, I don't talk about politics here, especially when it comes to other political parties. Like you said, it is the right of people. It is the right of Mahani, it is the right of Sarah, it is the right of John, it is the right of Prince to support any political party of their choice. Don't bully them. Don't, but you know, when you live in a society where there's no protection, what can happen? But by right, people should be punished. People should be, in fact, allowed to even pay for this kind of things, Steve, that you will bully somebody or you insult somebody just because they impacted A. Why you impacted B? How sure are you that maybe the men that impacted B when the men come, the men will change the entire country? But just because you want to insult somebody impacted C. Yeah, my man, so we leave it.
Are we going to the news bulletin or
yeah,
we're getting it? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll leave it with you.
Justice. We know that there are many calls. The President of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, thank you very much, Mr. President, for being our guest.
Thanks for inviting me.
Liberia has often been associated with civil war, poverty, and lack of democracy. You were elected. What is your main priority? Is it peace? Is it democracy? Is it bringing foreign investment to Liberia? Or all of the above?
I'm glad you added that. It's all of the above. But I believe for a country that had gone through conflicts, the first and foremost, I believe, was to bring about peace and reconciliation. And then also get the people to understand that we have a nation that we need to build. And so after the peace and reconciliation, we should move to the next area where we change our habits that have become a problem to development, such as corruption, such as maybe the idea of maybe laziness or the don't care attitude about a nation, become patriotic. And that's why we've been working with trying to remold minds of the people toward development, toward moving themselves from where they are to a better life, which is available that we can do, provided we are determined to do so. And I think we can do it.
You spoke about peace, you spoke about reconciliation, you didn't mention justice. We know that there are many calling for justice, including for warlords who have not been brought to justice. Does it mean that to have reconciliation, you need to forget justice?
There cannot be peace without justice. And I think we have demonstrated that when we signed the executive order against war crimes and economic crime, saying to the Liberian people that impunity cannot build a country. And this is what we demonstrated, in addition to making them at the same time know that you cannot live in a country where people are carrying grief without reconciling them.
I want to talk about the impact of major U.S. and Western aid cuts. Your country is still a fragile country. It needed development aid. This is not going to happen because of Donald Trump, but also because of Western governments in Europe, especially cutting development aid. How much of an impact is it having on Liberia?
The impact is enormous, but again, we have to understand, and that is a major lesson for us to know that the best planning is for yourself, that you don't depend on people indefinitely. It's unfortunate, but I always expect that the best way to plan is to plan for yourself. So Liberians are learning, and they're building the resilience to be able to move on without these. We cannot do it completely in a day, but I think we are transitioning to understanding that it is about time that we move. We have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the knowledge. So it's to teach us to begin to build on our own.
Right, but if you add to this the wars in Ukraine and especially now in the Gulf region, this is having a major impact on the daily lives of Africans in general and Liberians, obviously.
But the country must continue. We are a country, irrespective of what happened elsewhere. We are part of the global community, but we also have a country. We have a responsibility. That doesn't stop us from making sure that we find ways in which we can use our resources well. We can begin to discipline ourselves in a way that we know that our survival depends on ourselves first and other communities. But our communities should not be first. We should be first to take care of ourselves.
Right. But how do you take care of yourselves without major developments? What are you thinking?
We are not doing it without. We are doing it along with those. There are still countries of goodwill who have been working with us. They've been working with us. We know that we have shortfalls in areas in which have been dependent on other people. But again, that's a good lesson for us to know that help is help, but you have to depend on yourself.
Right. I mentioned President Donald Trump. Everyone remembers your visit to the Oval Office, where he was surprised that you spoke such a good English. But this aside, the U.S. has asked several African countries to accept illegal immigrants that were thrown out of the United States. Do you agree with this? Is Liberia going to do this? Has it been asked to do this?
Well, the U.S. is still our friend, to be very frank. Yes, they have taken actions for themselves, but we have not completely, without their friendship. I mean, we have to understand that countries have responsibility to themselves, primarily. But because we are all humans and we all need each other, we still relate to the U.S. The people who are in the U.S., they went there for various reasons. And some of those who went there, who took the right steps, they are still being processed. But the U.S. is still our friend.
So you are accepting them?
We still work with them.
Yes, but those...
In a way, I mean, according to... They are amending their own way of life. We also are amending our way of life to be able to relate to them, but also understand that we have to move on our own in different areas. Right. We have other friends also.
Right. I want to talk about democracy in the region. Obviously, in Liberia, there was a transition between George Weah and you. But in many other countries, first of all, there are no transitions. And in some others, there are coups. I mean, we've seen it in the Sahel. How worried are you about the state of democracy in West Africa?
I think Liberia has enough experience. Liberia has had a lot of problems in trying to become a country, and we have learned that. We have learned that war is not the way to go. We have also learned to live with our neighbors. And we are doing everything possible to show them that we are experienced enough in conflict and we are avoiding conflict. And we know that we can do it by working with them as good neighbors, working with them as people who know that we have interdependence, even as neighbors, in smaller ways, because the people in the region all belong to almost the same families.
Right, but ECOWAS is not a family anymore. 3 countries have been expelled because of the coup. Is it still relevant? That's my question.
Not quite so. ECOWAS is Africans. They have made a decision, but we believe that there might be second thoughts to think about the decision they have made. And we cannot throw them out because remember, most of these countries are countries that have no access to
the sea.
Yeah. So there's no way they can live independent of countries that have access that they can make use of. So we work with them. We try to make them understand that we are still available at Friends.
So they should come back to ECHO.
Well, it's a decision they have to make, but we have to encourage them by the way in which also we treat our people, because whatever made them to decide otherwise, we have to show them that we all can live together. We can help to teach our people. Some of the reasons that people left, the leadership attributed to those things. If you treat the people the way they should be, lead a country by example, try to provide for your people, you can demonstrate a way that we encourage other people to come to work.
You've mentioned the need to have good neighborly relations.
Yes.
There's one neighbor with which you have some tense relations, Guinea. There have been some border issues for years. They came up again on the agenda. What is your message to the president of Guinea and the presidents of the region about those tensions today?
Fortunately, the president of Guinea and myself been sharing sit-stand this morning, and we've been speaking very well. In fact, the first question he asked me, how is the border situation? And I told him things are getting under control. I think the president of Guinea is beginning to know that we are good neighbors, we are family people, and I think his thinking is changing.
So the worst is behind us.
I would believe so, but we have to work at it, because tension don't just disappear in a day. But we are doing everything to show him that we are good neighbors. We've been working together for years, and we can continue to do that.
So you trust Mamadi Doumbouya?
Mamadi Doumbouya and I talked today, and I called him my nephew, and I said, today I'll be seeing him. And he said, the doors are open.
Joseph Boakai, I want to thank you very much for being our guest.
Thank you again.
Hello and welcome to Tete à Tete, France 24's flagship interview show. Our guest today is the president of Liberia, Joseph Boakai. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for being our guest.
Thanks for inviting me.
Liberia has often been associated with civil war, poverty, and lack of democracy. You were elected. What is your main priority? Is it peace? Is it democracy? Is it bringing foreign investment to Liberia? Or all of the above?
I'm glad you added that. It's all of the above. But I believe for a country that had gone through conflicts, the first and foremost, I believe, was to bring about peace and reconciliation. And then also get the people to understand that we have a nation that we need to build. And so after the peace and reconciliation, we should move to the next area where we change our habits that have become a problem to development, such as corruption, such as maybe the idea of maybe laziness or the don't care attitude about a nation, become patriotic. And that's why we've been working with trying to remold minds of the people toward development, toward moving themselves from where they are to a better life, which is available that we can do, provided we are determined to do so. And I think we can do it.
You spoke about peace, you spoke about reconciliation, you didn't mention justice. We know that there are many calling for justice, including for warlords who have not been brought to justice. Does it mean that to have reconciliation, you need to forget justice?
There cannot be peace without justice. And I think we have demonstrated that when we signed the executive order against war crimes and economic crime, saying to the Liberian people that impunity cannot build a country. And this is what we demonstrated, in addition to making them at the same time know that You cannot live in a country where people are carrying grief without reconciling them.
I want to talk about the impact of major US and Western aid cuts. Your country is still a fragile country. It needed development aid. This is not going to happen because of Donald Trump, but also because of Western governments in Europe, especially cutting development aid. How much of an impact is it having on Liberia?
The impact is enormous, but again, we have to understand, and that is a major lesson for us to know that the best planning is for yourself, that you don't depend on people indefinitely. It's unfortunate, but I always expect that the best way to plan is to plan for yourself. So Liberians are learning, and they're building the resilience to be able to move on without these. We cannot do it completely in a day, but I think we are transitioning to understanding that it is about time that we move. We have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the knowledge. So it's to.
Thank you, folks. Milbo and the rest of the team will be joining us, Mr. Masale. We are running against time here, so we'll wait for Milbo to join us on the radio, and we'll pick up from there so that we can conclude this and take a few calls and get people to participate, because some people never had the opportunity to listen to the interview with President Boakai. And so we thought to play it. We've played it more than once. Thank you. Let's keep sharing the show as we are with Milbo. Milbo will be joining us any moment from now. Literally any moment from now. And so, Mr. Masale, what's your reaction? Based on what you heard from President Joseph Yuma and Boakai, how do you react to some of the things that he said? What would be your reaction?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you to President Boakai for his speech. You know, one thing about the president, whenever he goes out, the first thing he will always talk about is reconciliation and unity, which, of course, like you said, Liberia is heavily divided than ever in the history of our country, and that is only under his administration. During Madam Sally time, people say, oh, the country is divided. During weird time, people say, oh, the country is divided. But today, it's like, it's just from stage 1 to stage 2, now stage 3. The country is heavily divided than ever before. Baka worked with Eddie 12 years. Her first term she won, she called opposition leaders and other people. Elections are over. Let's see how we can put the country in front. Her second term, she did the same thing. We came, he did the same thing. Even though Baka said he was going on a farm, he didn't attend. But today, he's in charge. The 3 unification are under his administration. The country is heavily divided. But when he go out, he always talk about unity and reconciliation. And when I listen to the president talking about this issue, he and Dumuya, and they had a conversation. And this is why I'm still trying to find it difficult to understand, because you and I know Dumuya don't speak English, Wakai don't speak French. So how these two leaders had conversation when Wakai can understand French and Dumuya doesn't speak English? So I take it for lie that he lied to the Liberian people. How would Dumuya send his soldiers? He gave flag to them. You could see the video, he handing the flag to them to go and plant it on our land. And then they see Dumuya man coming to ask you, how is the border crisis? If it is true, is Dumuya making fun out of Joseph Boakai, or Joseph Boakai is lying? And thirdly, what I see is like the president, people say he speak beautiful English. Is that Boakai only speak beautiful English when they read this stuff, they put it in front of him, he just go, he bury his head down, he reading when he feeling the clap for him. So because you see the president, he's struggling for words and things. So it's like without people putting document in front of him, his mind is really weak for him to really use the right choice of word that he's supposed to use. He was struggling for words. But like you said, that age factor, we know, we that work with older people and things here and there, we know when people are getting older, this thing happens. So for that, we cannot question him. I was saying we'll reach there tomorrow. So far, so good. I just say the chairman.
Thank you. Maybe I know you're back. Anything before because I want to react to the video. The very end of it. I really want to react to it, but you are back, right, Milbo?
Yes, we're back 100%.
Okay. So folks, thank you for staying and sticking with us. Most of you who've stayed. Joseph Boakai is dishonest by nature, not something that he learned, because when you are a liar or you are dishonest or whatever it is, by nature, it's something that you do automatically every day. You don't wait, you don't do it by mistake. It can be a one slip. Joseph Boakai can tell me that he signed one economic crimes court. It's been almost 2 years. He can't even get any money for it. The person that was that's in charge of one economic crime court, the guy just complained a few days that nothing's going on. Joseph Boakai went by to re-sign the document because it expired, the order. He went back, let me tell you today, he went back to re-sign the order, but he has not given a cent or 5 cents towards it to move it forward. He hasn't given money to move it forward. They keep playing games with it. I read the article, the guy's statement and the things that he said. So you can't take credit for that. If Joseph Boakai wants one economic crimes court today, it will happen. The scene where he wanted Yaga to be removed, he called him from over there to a session. He can make it happen. But I want to welcome Monk before I finish my statement. Monk, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I came late. I've been following the segment of the show, not the entire show. I just wanted to chime in a little bit. I'm not supposed to be here today, but the president was just making stuff up on the go. That's just what it is. They got people within the same group that's saying that this administration is even undermining the process, because it's not when they will sign the document, it's about sticking to the commitment and financing the project. We know when Betty Vinsage came to Liberia, she was the one pushing for war. Their government is Joseph Boakai is not interested in peace and reconciliation. I don't know why people be pretending are able to say that something that is a priority. No, it's not a priority. The only reason he was forced to answer that question in such a way because he was asked that question. But in terms of accountability, talking about accountability is how you bring about reconciliation. No, he's not interested in that. And Joseph Boakai lucky to be president for a country that, like I keep saying, the people don't have interest in the day-to-day activity happening in the country. Joseph Boakai pretend I have to say we were the aggressor against Guinea. No, Guinea was the one that encroached on Liberia territorial sovereignty. So when he said, "Oh, we are family people, we've been at peace," no, we have been at peace with each other until you became president, and it happened on your watch. So you cannot make the case that if to say we were the aggressor. No, we were never the aggressor. And how can you tell me that Dumuya is the one asking for update on things happening at the border when in fact they were the aggressor? You see, you can create lies, but over time when people pay attention, they will just see through it. Everything this president is saying, it does not add up. It doesn't make sense. They are all lies. They are all made up. And like I said, the only person that committed a seditious and criminal act in Liberia is Joseph Boakai. And up to now, even on the international stage, he still cannot tell us exactly. He's still lying in the process and making things up. How can you make the argument that Dunya is the one asking you? I have to say he's a senior citizen and you're the young leader here. You want to tell me the man who waged war against Liberia, he's not up to date as to what happened along the border? But this president, like I said, he will never come to the public to admit that he made concession in Guinea. Joseph Boakai's strategy is very simple. No matter what Guinea does at the border, just keep it going, and over time, people are going to forget about what's happening in Liberia. No matter the encroachment, how many territory they will take from Liberia, at the end of the day, just keep kicking the can down the road, and over time, the thing will phase out. It will die or natural death. That's a strategy from this administration. But yet, he was able to target a lawmaker in the process. You call for a special session, you spend extra taxpayer resources, you spend 9 days on Yeke Koluba and 1 day for the printing of bank and other pressing issue that the country is faced with. So what it tells you about Joseph Boakai, he's just there, he's just a placeholder. That's how I see it. And we just have to navigate, keep it going until we can hit the 6th year again. Maybe we'll have another opportunity to go back to the ballot boxes again and to make choice and to make a decision on behalf of the country. But for now, I don't see anything good, my brother. It just doesn't look right moving forward.
Thank you, Monk. I wanted to expand on that last part, and then maybe I'll ask you guys a few questions before we hear from our people. First of all, I want to agree with you and Mr. Masale. But something is deeper and bigger here. I see it as either Joseph Boakai allowed himself to be played on a war stage, or Mamadou Doumbouya didn't ask the question Joseph Boakai lied. It got to be either one of them. It can't be both. Let me break it down. The first thing we got to take into consideration here is Joseph Boakai flew from Liberia to Guinea to meet with Mamadou Doumbouya for the same border issue. So that tells you Mamadou Doumbouya is aware of the border issue. In fact, the day that Joseph Boakai was going there, Mamadou Doumbouya was sending reinforcement and troops to the border. These are facts that have been established. We're trying to we're trying to keep this thing in context because it's important, the statement Joseph Boakai made. We can't escape that statement because it will also bring into account what Yeke said, why they went after Yeke, and where we are today. Joseph Boakai went to Guinea. So that tells you that Mamadou Doumbouya is aware of the situation at the border. It was Mamadou Doumbouya who ordered the military from Guinea to go to the border. The military Nigeria will go one day, they hit the goal of phone and say, let's just go to Liberia or to that border. No, it was a direct order. And as evidenced by that, Joseph Boakai went to Guinea in Conakry to meet with Mamadou Doumbouya about the same border business. Joseph Boakai came back from Guinea, Conakry, he hasn't told us anything. Great. Joseph Boakai, only thing he did was start instructing people that they should not talk about the issue at the border, or they shouldn't talk about the border Benin anymore. He even prevented people from going to the border. Till today, people are prevented from going to the border to film, to take picture, or to do anything. People are prevented today from the Liberian side. People are prevented from doing that. And if you do that, they see it as a crime, they'll go after you. You keep that in mind. Joseph Boakai is asked about the situation at the border. This is how Joseph Boakai answers the question. That, in fact, Joseph Boakai feels happy or excited to be sitting down with Mamadou Doumbouya, the sharing seat. First thing that comes to mind is either Joseph Boakai is not serious about the border business, or they already reached a deal and they agree everything. So for him, he and Mamadou Doumbouya are okay and everything is fine. There is no president or no leader that cares about his people that would even want to be comfortable with somebody who came to your territory and just took your land and put military people there, put flag there, and your people are left with nowhere to go, nowhere to stay, no hay, no take. Especially in the country you were, according to you are from. Not only that, in the region that you are from also. So that in itself tells you that something is not adding up. But let's move a little further. I got a little struck when I heard Joseph Boakai saying, Mamadou Doumbouya asked him, how is the border? Does this make any sense to anybody? We already established that Mamadou Doumbouya know about the situation at the border. Mamadou Doumbouya is keeping people at the border till today. How can Mamadou Doumbouya come to be the same person to ask you? If Mamadou Doumbouya is asking you how is the border, it's either Mamadou Doumbouya is clowning you, or thinks that you are a fool, or you song on a mumu, or you are a joke. He doesn't take you seriously. So it don't make any sense. Or it could either be you agree that the border is for Guinea and you're finally passing that thing. That the only way Mamadou Doumbouya will initiate conversation about the border, because I believe Mamadou Doumbouya people normally brief him on the border situation, whatever it is, because he's sending there. So Joseph Boakai, let me say this to you. You keep thinking this is a joke. You think people picking on Joseph Boakai, whatever it is. This is to tell you that Joseph Boakai is not telling you something. Joseph Boakai knows something that he's not talking. How can somebody come to your house? Let me make it simple. And slap you in the face and stand in front of your door. Why is standing in front of your door? Then the person standing outside say the slap that gave you, Jenna, how you feel? How you going? And you standing inside the imping. The person standing in front of your door, they stay there, then go. The person still standing in front of your door and asking you the slap that gave you, how you feel? Then you turn around, you respond to the person and say, yeah, you're getting all right. Something wrong with you? Joseph Boakai to even say he responded. You know that the pastor that got me, for Joseph Boakai to say that he responded that things are all right, things are getting all right, or they're all right. That tells me that either Joseph Boakai reporting to Mamadou Doumbouya, which is not his role, to be reporting to Mamadou Doumbouya or to be giving an update as to what. And Joseph Boakai chicken, and Joseph Boakai can say, God, I'm making you like what Joseph Boakai not tell Mamadou Doumbouya. But any day a military to the border, you need to ask them. Why are you asking me? Now, what Joseph Boakai supposed to do so that all Liberian people, Joseph Boakai can be rude, disrespectful with sharp mouth and telling people that they're dogs so that Liberian people hear. But you know what? I don't blame Joseph Boakai. I blame the Liberian people who say they must make him president even if he's in his grave. I blame you. So Joseph Boakai see it in your face. That's why he is disrespectful. That's why he is very rude. He's uncouth. And that's why he can cheat you up. Let me say this. On this part, I support Joseph Boakai on it. Joseph Boakai report to his boss man, Mamadou Doumbouya, and told him, even though Joseph Boakai not in charge of the border, he reporting to his boss man, Mamadou Doumbouya, and telling him, boss man, everything going fine at the border. So that means the Liberian people that they ran out at the border there, the displays, nothing happening, they're taking care of them, what is going on. You're not importing. To hell with you. Joseph Boakai got one person. Hold on. Joseph Boakai got one person he can report to and answer to on the Guinea border issue. Mamadou Doumbouya. Joseph Boakai does not care about anybody else. He will not report to the Liberian people who gave him a job. He will not report to the media, who is the fourth estate. Joseph Boakai can only respond to Mamadou Doumbouya when it comes to the border issue. So if you got any question about that border issue that you want to know, call Mamadou Doumbouya. Let Mamadou Doumbouya ask Joseph Boakai, and Joseph Boakai will report to him. Then Mamadou Doumbouya can inform you. This is to tell you the place will not reach. And Yeke was right. I want to start there.
Thank you. So quickly, I think my take, like you were saying, I think there are some mixed maybe opportunity from the end of our president when he went for the African summit or Africa summit or how they may call it in Nairobi, Kenya, where you were opportune to interact with the Guinean president and even the president from France and other leaders. I think there where you should have, inform these people that I don't want to have their talk with my son, even though he's president, or with my colleague, with some situation that happening back home, my people that are happy. So I want us to settle down things here before going back home. Well, I think that was a missed opportunity, and our president, I think, he's cornered that opportunity. Let me just say this, because from all indications, from that end up to where he will now go for interview, where you were talking about, oh yeah, Mamadou asked me how the land situation. I think our president missed the mark from that particular spot, but not allowing other leaders, because when you have situation, the first thing you do is to find remedy. And how can you find remedy without involving other people? So the president really missed the mark for Liberians, and I think it's just a missed opportunity right there. Now to the other end, where you have the interview saying that in fact the Guinean president asked him how the situation. Well, like you said, Steve, you're right. If things happen in our social life, let me just bring this social scenario quickly before Aliu and Mo come up, where maybe this guy or maybe this lady, into the people relationship, making the people want to fall apart, or maybe making the people not to be having common ground, and maybe the fellow or the partner in our relationship went to that person and telling her, oh, you are disturbing my home. It's because of you today my home is upside down. Please, I want you to please leave my home. The person right there, where now the same person after a few times, maybe after a few days or time, having some interaction again with your partner, asking you, you know, how your home. I think that's an insult. That you making my home to be upside down, and you asking me how my home. Well, again, maybe other people have their own interpretation, but for me, I see the way our president handled the border issue. I feel there's not politics. Liberian, all Liberians see that you just talk about reconciliation. Liberians want to be united. But the politicians, these so-called politicians, wouldn't even do nothing for our people. Keep dividing our people. Now they shift the blame on the media. That's what they can always do. When they go in their talk, they say, oh yeah, the media. It's the same thing that brought water we want, that they always be using these kind of tricks and these kind of lies. That, oh yeah, because everyone, that somebody says something about brought water we want. No! When people are angry, when people are fed up with certain things, that just one little thing will spark up things. No matter what we say here, we're not bring anything to anybody until the most said once upon a time. Something happened in Tunisia that make the people there to stand up to protest just because somebody take away their life because of one simple thing. So again, I just end up on our thing. I think our president do well for us, and I think it's a missed opportunity for us as a country.
No, I think we are missing the point from the beginning of the whole border incursion. I told you guys on the show, I said even during the war, Guinea never encroached on Liberia. When you go back to the original document about that border dispute, there are provisions in it that gave Guinea and Liberia the right to do day-to-day activity on that river, on that Makona River, whether it's about transportation, whether it's about fishing. The reason Joseph Boaga is casing the ring and bending over because they did something illegal in Guinea, and he's trying to cover up the people that committed the crime in Guinea. Because it's one thing. Why you think would be the crime if Joseph Boaga said the piece of land that is in question right now belongs to Guinea? You think that is a crime when there are legal documents to prove that? It's not a crime. That's what Sierra Leone just did. It's no big deal. We might be using the land for a very long period of time, but if it belongs to Guinea legitimately, there's nothing you can do about it. Joseph Boaga can just come out and say, you know what, that land belongs to Guinea. But there was a reason as to why Guinea took that action. That's why he keep kissing up to Dumbuya. That's why he would bend over backward just to please him, because like I said, the people from our side were the one that committed the crime in Guinea. That's why Guinea reacted in such a manner. So at the end of the day, the fact will remain the fact. The president will keep making things up on the go. It's not adding up. And that's why Joseph, how can your man who called from the emergency meeting for a border dispute be asking you for update about the border? Who left that country to go to Guinea for an emergency meeting? It wasn't Joseph Boaga. So how can Dumbuya be the one to even ask you questions about the border? I mean, come on now. I know we are not smart people. We are one of the dumbest people in the world. We are, I think, second after Nepal. But I think even the dumbest Liberia will know that doesn't even make sense. And that's why the president is telling you on live camera with the whole world watching, telling you that Dumbuya is the one that asking him for update for a country that crossed over international borderland to invade another country. Make that make sense. But anyway, I stopped there. I think one more time I came late. I just want to make my point. That's it. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, Monk. Like
go to the line.
Like Maybon said, I think that's the same thing that happened to the ECOWAS parliament when everybody in Africa, the whole ECOWAS member state, they know what is happening between Liberia and Guinea, and our people went there, they couldn't even mention it in their report that they carried, but instead, member briefs were there attacking Ghana for deporting Liberians back to Liberia. That's the attack she went on, instead of discussing the issue about Guinea and Liberia while it's happening in Lofa at the border. The same thing with the president. He couldn't put it on the floor to see how Dumbuya were over there for other African leaders to see how they can discuss this issue. But like Representative Koluba said, President Boaga already agreed that they played for Guinea. And Yatuen also told us the same thing, that the president gave the play up because of our military strength. So the next government to come, that what they go to inherit. So that's just it there. we are not going to hear anything about that border issue. We just pray for our people in Lofa County. Let God be with them. They shouldn't do anything stupid. Let they just remain where they are till the next government that will take over, and then let us see how they can resolve that issue. That's all. But this government already gave the place up.
Thank you so much. Folks, we're going to go to the line. You know, what the guy named for Nigeria, this business guy, Peter Obi. He's a politician, or well successful business guy, whatever it is. He wrote something before we take the first call. I want us to keep in mind. He said, "No country can progress." He said, "No country can progress if its politics is more profitable than its industries." In a country where those in government are richer than entrepreneurs, they manufacture poverty, and that's true.
Exactly, 100%.
But let's go to the lines.
So they send you to the religious people so that the religious people can make it look like it's spiritual stuff. 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show and have your point or maybe your part and let us say how to say. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Sue. We are all from Grand Pastor. Nobody thank you for the discussion point. Nobody, let's really put up business here and get into it because you have the Jacob qualified from Lupa. The president himself, Joseph Nimaboka is from Lupa. There's all those people there, some of parliament, they are from Lupa. And these are the hierarchy. All those people we talk about, including the transitional people that are there, they all come together and share their own land. That's when I'm not going to discuss. You can hear the location they said talking. The citizens they said they are not saying anything about it. That only we can discuss it. And therefore the president there, they put a policeman so that they can enjoy from him. But today they are displaced. So that's what the plan is what they are harvesting there. So thank you for your discussion.
Thank you, my dear brother. Yeah, you're making a lot of sense. So this caller, good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Libo. Let me say how the following in the U.S. This is Edmund concerned Liberia for justice. You know, if it is true that Jumuya asked our president that question, then that means Jumuya is playing Waka. When Waka appeared before Jumuya is telling that he don't see president. You see, exactly all men appear before him. Because you were not telling me that a president that has no Jumuya thinks the people will flare. They play the on our soil, they are monitoring them on a daily basis. Then our president will appear before him. He can also Jumuya icing how it is to be so at the border. Look, if that is not called for, if that was the case, you need not to come kill the Liberian people. Because that's just going to take our argument that it is not what I'm not doing no diplomatic from beyond the sea. Because it is great for Putin. When we tell them that, oh man, a lot of people you're not saying the truth, oh no, you're not saying the truth. Yeah, it's why he approved himself. Reconciliation, unity, where? Zero. Listen to myself, they say, oh no, we don't believe it. Oh, where? We don't see all men at this place. We see president. If he knew that you were old, so he's setting that I am out, then he can get grandchildren. You told that your prophet has put it on your hair, you will be able to perform as the president. We don't see all men, we see the president of the Republic of Liberia. So we deal with him accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening. This caller, hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm James here from Grand Bassa.
Okay, go ahead, James.
Yeah, you know, your topic is important. You're thinking for the topic. You know, when you look at him, security way, you will know that man, he's trying to protect that $10 million order. The next government will come to that home on him. So you want to give him a guinea, that you find the guinea to get after a guinea. You're saying that one day or two again, one day was talking that thing from Grand Bassa. That means he's a tracking man for his day you were born. You've been tracking until he's old inside so that guy is living his life. But you know the point I'm hearing is using him. I'm going to do still. When they say go so, you go there. Say do so, you do so. So you reach all this money for America. Who are doing cartoons? Thank you for the topic.
Thank you. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good. Paul, how are you today?
Brother, okay, thank God for life.
For me, I want to go to my religious issue. I want to be down Wahala on Liberia and between Guinea. You know, you asked a question today on the land of, I think it was Steve who brought about the social issue and the religious issue pertaining to Zakat, you know, what Muslims do in the mosque and what the Christians do. You know, really for Islam, there are 5 pillars that we hold on to. You practice it, you get a reward. You not practice it, but it's obligatory for you to do. One of it is you should be able to bear witness that you only worship in God alone. The other one is you have to give your zakat. The other one is you have to fast. The other one is you have to fast and you have to pay your offering and all that stuff. So and you have to go to the Hajj. So zakat, it is not mandatory for you to give it to a particular mosque. It is not mandatory that you go give it to a particular person. It is between you and God. A certain percentage of your income. You can give it to anybody. But the criteria is if you are giving it to somebody, make sure that you are not giving it because you want to do good or you want to do, you are giving as an obligation that God make it to you. So you can go here on the road, you see somebody who is in need, in the hospital, somebody who is sick, you can go to the school, somebody who tuition not pay, and so forth. But it's not you do give it to any particular person. That is why. So thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. We hope and pray that our religions will do better. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, my dear brother, good evening. My name is Jeremiah Shiawe. I phone in from district number 6. You know, my head is hurting because I trying to understand by what means that Dumuna will be asking President Boakai about the border issue. And sometimes I wonder if they would expect our president to be chicken, we can't be chicken there. The man who sent men to occupy that stage, the man is asking you to give him up the what's the logic? I'm fighting to understand as to whether President Boakai, and I don't know what he is afraid of doing or what. Why he's supposed to speak, to say something that he can tell his citizens. To just get to doing he's afraid. Why would not be asking him for updates?
Well, telling Dumuya what going on, maybe somebody wrong doesn't mean that in fact that you're like calling for war or maybe that you want to fight war here and there. No, it's just about you telling the man the truth.
Nobody's asking President Boakai to go carry army, firearm at Dumuya. But the reality is, Dumuya is aware of what is putting at the border. So if Dumuya is asking the president to give him updates, it does not make sense. I think over there in the midst of a president, right?
Yes.
When Dumuya put that question, I think over there he would have said something.
Missed opportunity.
So that they can sit down and stop the Labour president.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. Let's take all the calls quickly. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening to you, then. Good evening to your team of journalists. My name is Hussein. I am Hussein Kew, and I called you for any traffic.
You're running traffic. Let me ask you today, Hussein. Are you a motorcyclist, or maybe taxi driver, or maybe you're a tricycle man?
I never leave from work at this time. So
okay.
I'm on a KK coming home.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, thank always. There are times I told people we continue to follow, regardless of our stand on some critical national issues. We can disagree and agree on different policies and different agendas, but you can bear with me. Therefore, one day you sort the end of the panelists. I will sometimes disagree with it and not it's an analysis made on the show. So, I want to speak about a religion and social issue. And more especially that relates to Islam, like the scholar said. In our Muslim and Bible tribe. And one thing we got in our religion and our tribe is for us to be calm and respectful to our elders. Many times in our community, people who knows maybe they want to get on the radio, they have a lot of respect for regardless of our age. Because we came up in a very humble beginning. Our parents brought in a way that we cannot abuse use our borders, we respect even our craft. This is why we commit ourselves. Maybe you don't know. I call on all of the platforms in this country, people know me. But some of them, I think, for them, we're feeling the shock. You know, we are home in our community, we are attacked on different platforms. People insult me, insult my parents, and say, people allow me to call on the radio only because I support government. Those are the same people talking about reconciliation. Those are the same people talking about we should unify. When you have just a guy who just says something about the government positively, and you don't want to see the ground you walk on, you don't want to see him, how can we represent the country? You think we follow the show, we are bound to follow the show. No, we are not there. But of course, we want to listen to the first views of the different comments and make our input.
All right, thank you. Let's take all the call. The only thing, some of you now you got to come on the show anytime you want to, like you. Hello, Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor.
Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, so neighbor, you think the president really meant to say what he said during our interview?
I don't really know. What do you mean?
If that was actually the question that the president of Guinea asked our president, then that is the biggest presidential mockery question of the year. Because when did our president become security advisor to Dumbuya? When did our president become to report to Dumbuya?
The teaser for my name.
Yeah, so maybe you know the president, the president, so maybe something. I don't think Dumbuya has a president question.
All right, thank you. I think the WhatsApp calls to keep coming. Let me see what I'm going to take 1 or 2 calls quickly from the WhatsApp number. Then we'll cross over to our team. It's indeed interesting. Let me go to my sister Peteria, also on the line. Good evening, my dear.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just want to say it's just so shameful. This is very, very shameful for our president. In my Steve's voice, Joe Ball lied.
No follow Steve. Steve is chairman.
He's not only a crook, he is an old liar. He lied about everything. He lied. It don't make no sense where this president is the one that put people to your border. They see Dumbuya man, he's the one that deploy the people to the border. How in the world they see me will come back and can ask you how the situation is at the border? Does that make any sense? Nobody is a crook. He's a liar. That's what I gotta say.
All right, thank you. We take I think about AB2 you don't want to check in back on by the time already out. AB just call quickly so we can bring you on. But AB, we don't 1 minute we'll give you. AB also been 14 also. Hello. Maybe you came a little bit late today, so the show almost ended today. But go ahead.
So the show almost ended, man. But let me say to you guys, man. Fascinating stuff, man. That can't end of it. Today, Friday, man. I got no obligations, man. But listen, those things I really wanted to talk about. All of these lies that the government have put the Liberia people under that they are negotiating. They are negotiating nothing. That border issue is a foregone conclusion. Secondly, if this was any other president in that country other than Joseph Baka, who having to come from Foya, wherein his district is invaded, the citizens who have been demonstrating.
Exactly, like one of the quarters from Grand Bassa.
Because it's a tribal damnation, mind you, for the the citizen one day and confronted them. But they put them under the president. This is your president. No, if you do anything, you'll be embarrassing him. So that's why the 4 year citizen over there, they look for on that particular issue. I know they will simply want to be tribalistic here or they want to be.
Well, thank you, my dear brother. Yes, thank you, my dear. But I think the government went, or in fact, other people went there for dialogue, and the people did really speak out on some of the frustration. But up to now, we haven't seen anything like all of you are saying. Also, one of the caller also from Grand Bassa mentioned that yes, indeed, there are a lot of sons and daughters also from Lofa. How come they are all quiet and they are not talking? So that turning around, maybe there are different, maybe person who are in power. How that going to be that safe? This is interesting though. That okay, so now let's leave it that way. Even if they call for maybe for getting to take our entire land, everything, let's just take it also in power. Let's leave it.
Well, Melbourne, let me be the first to give my parting comment. And then you and the guys can, handle this, because I want to be very clear about some things. I think Monk said it the other time on Thursday. I don't know how we fought war in that country, but Liberians were cowards. I'm saying it, I mean it. We're cowards. Everything the politicians doing to others was said, we like it. We want it to happen. And that's why sometimes you, Melbourne, when you tell me, oh, my man, let's stand with the people and let's speak for the people, I can say it's sweet for them. It's sweet for Liberians. I'm saying it today. It's sweet for Liberians. We are cowards and we're not ready for change. There will be no country under the sun. That nonsense Joseph Braga talking. And the country is moving the way it's moving. That's not true. And then people will be in the street, whether it concern Lofa or it concern Nima, whatever it is, people will come in the street with a pad and pen and ask Joseph Braga to step down. In Cuba, the gas shortage that there right now, and that's small thing. The people are getting to the point where they are asking the government to do something about it. You sit down there, Joseph Braga, and talk a bunch of foolishness in public, telling you that Mamadou Dunia asking him, are you guys serious in our country? Mama, them take all your land and can't ask you, like you're some kind of labor. And Joseph Braga ready to talk a bunch of foolishness, and all of you sit down there and you're like, it's like you think this is a normal thing. But you continue, you enjoy yourself. And you're waiting for 3 more years. And you can wait for every 6 years, then you do the same clown show. I do the clown show. Like I can always say, until I die, I will not suffer. Nope, I will not suffer. I live in a country wherein if I get food to eat, the government in the country will give me food stamps. Yes. And I mean what I said. I live in a country where the government will give me food to eat because of the system that is here and will hold our people accountable. Yes. And so I'm proud of that. I will never suffer. My children will never suffer. That children will suffer. That you will suffer. Some of you will never take bath or not shower because you sit down and you allow some kind of politician to come and play you that are medicine to making on your. Everybody just saying that and making it a regular thing. Then you got to wait again another 6 years. Somebody misbehaving, stealing, eating your future. Then we'll sit down and wait for 6 years. Oh, like that whole 6 years will go. Then we'll recycle the same clowns. Somebody supposed to be elected again. Somebody supposed to be in government again. You can't chase somebody out of that country. Jeremiah Kuhn, all the criminals out of that country. You're sitting down there, they're misbehaving, they're not ready to take to the airway and talk a bunch of foolishness. Nobody they ready. They fly on people by the plane, they go down the plane, they come out, they pass it, they go down the plane, They're just stealing, and misbehaving, and I can see them passing in baby cars. They enjoying themselves, and your children are suffering, they can barely get school fees. And you're making it a normal thing. You will wait for 9 years. You will wait for 6 years. You will wait for the other year before you can hold them accountable or whatever. You're like what you're getting. The Liberian people. I'm saying it today, and I mean what I've said. Y'all like what you're getting, and so you're enjoying it. You keep enjoying it. We probably will only come and talk to be on the record. Me, I'm only talking because I want to be on the record. But I could care less about what you want to do with your lives in our country. You want to live miserably, your children will come and live miserably and support and raise their voices off for the politicians who are stealing from you. That do it. What didn't concern me? Everyone, thank you so much. Folks, have a good weekend.
Yes. Are you there?
Any of you I can close us, so can go.
Well, I don't know if Ali. I mean, let me get take the 1 minute, then Ali can close up. I want to respond to the first caller because he think that there is a Lofa County situation. There is a Liberia situation. Don't forget Liberia share border with 3 other countries: Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. So in international relations or diplomacy, anything you accept is going to multiply. They got other neighboring countries that are watching you too. That had the set precedent. And I know that president is on the record for lying. He lied. There was no way, no humanly possible way that Dumbuya is going to ask such a question. So the president just lied. We know that for sure. But here is the thing. The people who believe that they are from the region, that are countrymen in power, you can say that all you want. We are just saying it because we are Liberian. You only happen to be on the edge of the border going through the crisis right now. And we are saying that when you said that president, it means one day Africa could do the same. Sierra Leone could also do the same to Liberia, looking at what happened with Guinea. Like I said, we got other treaties. We got MRU, we got the ECOWAS. Maybe if you use your common sense, if Guinea was to invade Liberia and encroach on Liberian territory, what you think would be the first reaction from the president? He would go to the local regional body first, right? Either the ECOWAS or the MRU. In the case of Joseph Boakai and Sierra Leone, they were the one running to Guinea. Why you think they ran to Guinea? Because Guinea know that they were in the right. They knew that the other people violated them. That's how they reacted in such a manner. But in a sound country, you would think the people will be stressing on getting to understand what actually led to Guinea reacting in such a manner with our friendly neighbor that we've been sharing border language for the past 100 and some more years. No, they are not interested in that because that's the most important aspect. That's why Joseph Boakai is reacting in the manner in which he's reacting. He knew that was illegal activity that happened along that border. That's what triggered Guinea to respond in such a manner. But guess what? That's Liberia, like Steve said. You guys were accepted, we were signed up for anything. So Joseph Boakai and others will keep taking advantage. Ali, you can take us home. I don't want to hold the line for too long.
Thank you, Mon. Thanks to all the callers. You know, I just looking at the team from the University of Liberia. I know if you came across it, that now I think students were paying $15 for registration fee. Is now coming to go up because of the things they use at the university. The presses are all few. And Dr. McPaya is saying because of the war, I know because of the war in Iran. You know, these are some of the things we continue to say all the time. The government, they don't know, they don't have priorities, because I always ask in Liberia is not at war, we are not under threat, but this government continue putting more money into NSA. I don't know for what reason. And I think money is supposed to be put in the budget, the educational sector, the security sector, agriculture, or health sector, all of these places, because these were things that you promised the Liberian people. But today, if people were paying $15 at the University of Liberia to register, it's coming to increase because of war in Iran or whatsoever. The government, they really need to have priority. This government does not have no priority, and that's why you see that government officials, they are less busy to be on social media attacking everybody that criticizes the government, because if they have priority, they were going to be focused. But this is so sad. Also, they have a nice weekend. Our followers out there, wheresoever you are, back home, wheresoever you find yourself, enjoy your weekend, be safe. Until we can see you again Monday. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you, Aliu. Thank you, Mark. And like you were saying, Aliu, that's the latest news coming up from the University of Liberia. That's the latest news that we are getting. So we don't know yet, but we're going to go more deeper maybe on Monday.
Concerning what? That the war in Iran, the war in Iran affecting your education in Liberia?
Yeah.
Of students, and the students' fee or whatsoever team may go up because of the war. That what we're hearing, but this is, I think they will come with a lot of backlashes, or maybe with a lot of frustration for the faces of the student. But we don't know yet because the news just coming in. So yeah, thank you.
How energy crisis will affect education system or whatsoever in Liberia? How they work?
Because the buses they using fuel and other things.
Okay. All right. You run well, ready to all the blame.
All right.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The person giving us care, the promise of them. So welcome and live with African.
I live for health.
Master.
asema jamu enyi sano muni emu aye yo enyi lofa mui emu aye yo
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grand Bazaar.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I put the boy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money. And I wanna play ya do money, and I put the boy ya do money, and I forget it now ya do money. That's the baby, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya do money. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lopa, and Grand Bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Cancun, Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backbaloo, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.